extratug.com to see exclusive new videos where I say a bunch of naughty things that you won't believe what I'm saying. You have to go to that website to see it though. What is up, my beautiful children? Today we're talking about PSAs. PSA is an acronym which stands for Poopy Smell. I don't know. That's a bad joke. I just don't know how to make that funny. PSA stand for Public Service Announcement, and the odds are a lot of you, if you're in the correct age bracket, have never seen one of these actually play on the TV. One, because I think the government might have given up on doing them, because I just don't want, no one watches TV anymore, so I would have no clue. Back in the day, a PSA used to be a message in the public interest disseminated by the media without charge to raise public awareness and change behavior. So let's say everyone's just fully jerking off in the streets. Just yanking their plugs out on the mainland. The government would say, uh-oh, that's really bad. We have to fix this. And media companies would be like, we kind of agree, this is crazy, so we'll let you run a couple ads saying stop yanking your chains in the street without charge. Actually, PSAs really started getting made in the US and the UK during World War II to get people to support the war effort. So you'd be tuning into your favorite episode of Howdy Doody, and all of a sudden a guy would get on the screen and he'd be like, hey, are you a Nazi? Stop using metal. We need the metal to make bombs. You'd say, I'm not a Nazi. I just wanted to see a puppet. So I guess I'll stop using metal. I'm 15. But ever since then, PSAs have had a long and tenured history, and most of them have been insane. Just the government trying real hard, usually to stop kids from doing drugs and failing spectacularly, but there's been other fun ones as well, and we're gonna watch those today. And then we're gonna rate them 1 through 10, but I don't know what I'm gonna rate them on. I never planned this. I know I should rank them, but I don't know how I should rank them. I guess I'll rate it on whether or not the message is effective. If the message would work on me, then I'll give it a 10. If it wouldn't work on me, I'd give it a 1. And anything in between would be between 1 and 10. You guys understand how rating goes, right? So without further ado, I'm going to move the camera from there to there, and we're going to get into it, okay? Ah, Jesus. That one wasn't too bad. So to begin, we're going to start in the 1970s, back when people were racist. I guess we're still racist, so that doesn't really work. Back when the hippies were starting to realize that they needed to work in order to eat food, so it kind of got sad for a little bit. The first video involves a little thing called VD, and the title of the ad is called VD is for Everybody, and if you don't know what VD is, you don't understand how crazy that is. VD stands for venereal disease, and it's what people used to call STDs. VD is for Everybody is a crazy title. I'm excited to see what this is. That's an insane thing to say.
VD is for everybody, not just for the few. Anyone can share VD with someone nice as you.
All right, we're gonna pause it right there. We're gonna pause it. Okay, let's go over the list of people that they have shown in the VD is for Everybody ad. I mean, first of all, jaunty music talking about syphilis. What is going on? We had 2 children. One was playing the violin, and it could have been like a 19-year-old boy. But then we have the girl putting on lipstick who had braces, so that's a child. Then we had a librarian and a pregnant lady. I understand the message they're going for here, saying that anyone can catch an STD, but let's not put children in the crosshairs. Let's not do that.
That anyone can get VD. That's what it's.
They just showed a full-on baby. How is a baby supposed to get VD without being horrendous? Why is this in an ad?
If you're curious or confused, get information or a pamphlet at most pharmacies or a health clinic. If you need help, see a doctor.
Okay, no questions were answered. The 70s were a wild time. I guess they did a good job in terms of gaining interest in the concept of VD, because if I were to watch that ad, I'd be like, well, if a librarian, a child, a baby, and a jogger could get something, I'm probably on that list as well. But I don't know, why was there a baby? Overall, I would say effectiveness is maybe a level 2. Maybe I'd reach out for more information, but I didn't learn anything. I think purposefully it didn't teach me anything. It gave me a jaunty little song to get stuck in my head and showed me a baby, and then told me to figure out what VD is. This is the least effective ad I've ever seen in my life. Let's move on quickly past that. That's a demonetization type video. This next one is from the 70s, and it's called Monkey on Their Backs, and I believe that's an addiction phrase. Like if someone's addicted to heroin, they got that monkey on their back. So let's find out together, shall we?
They say people addicted to heroin have a monkey on their back. Isn't that cute?
A jump scare from a monkey? Unheard of. I'm pretty desensitized to jump scares at this point in my life because I grew up in the early 2000s in that car commercial jump scare ruined it forever. But I can imagine that scared the out of somebody watching just regular TV back in the day. Just a little monkey and a scary monkey all of a sudden. That's scary. Why would you do that to someone? But I do want to know, at the end of the video, it said, why do you think they call it dope? I don't know when dope meant something cool, but that wouldn't work today. Because if someone said, why do you think they call it dope? I'm like, probably because it's dope as shit. Give me some of that, big H, brother. I thought dope came from dopamine because it gives you a bunch of dopamine. But I guess dope also means an idiot. Once again, it's super ineffective. It's showing me that the monkey on the heroin addict's back is scary. But like, I wouldn't think, heroin isn't cute. I guess, I don't know. 2 out of 10, 1 out of 10. I didn't like that at all. The 70s, obviously they were trying things and they weren't working. Next one is just called Frisbee. So maybe it's just warning about the horrors of someone whipping a Frisbee at your head when you're not looking.
Go on, get it. We're not supposed to go in there. Oh, go on. There's a gap down there. A gang of kids broke in yesterday. I saw them.
Tight squeeze.
Pass me that bit of wood.
First, okay, well, take a second. Big sign, do not go in there. You will fry to death. Your Frisbee is on top of an electric structure, not even on the ground. I can understand if it was on the ground, maybe you think you could sneak in, but are you gonna climb that bitch? It's high voltage. So the kids can't read, and the girl's like, let's get in there. I saw kids get in there the other day. No kid got in there because you had to use a piece of wood to break the fence to get in. No warning signs here. Keep moving. That Frisbee that was worth 25 cents needs to be recouped. She's not going in. She understands. She's like, I want that Frisbee, but I'm not getting fried for it. Go in, little boy. Go in. Are they going to show this kid get absolutely torched?
A 66,000-volt shock killed a boy today when he broke into a substation. The electricity board warns children to keep away from substations. Never try to get toys back yourself. Otherwise, you may not live to play with them again.
Wow. That's a crazy ending. The sad shot of the jacket on the banister had me. I was good. Then you're gonna hit me with a remembrance of what happened 10 seconds earlier. Really nailing the point home. I will say 9 out of 10 for this. I mean, if I was a child watching TV, I would very much be worried about getting shocked to death. Every point nailed. It showed the kids being stupid, showed the kid dying, showed the girl in distress, and no one got their Frisbee back. And then you showed a nice man giving the soccer ball back. So just talk to an adult if you want your toys. But I do think it's funny that obviously this was a big enough problem where they had to make a PSA about it. But how often are you whipping a toy into an electrical substation? I feel like those, I mean, UK is a little on top of itself, so maybe there's a bunch of electrical substations everywhere, but I don't know. I feel like that wouldn't be happening that often, but I guess you just better safe than sorry. 9 out of 10, God bless Jimmy. God rest Jimmy. We're moving on to the 1980s, the time period of the Rubik's Cube and cocaine. I'm excited to see this because things really ramped up in and insanity. So let's go right into don't make an ass of yourself. Immediately having fun here.
You may think drinking makes you sophisticated. A sparkling conversationalist.
The guy is great. He's the greatest freaking guy in the world.
But drinking makes you something else altogether. Why get drunk and make an ass of yourself?
Oh, it's from Massachusetts. Nice. We really nailed that. I've never seen alcohol affect somebody like that. I've seen people become assholes when they drink, but not like they're on meth. I don't know what that was. This is actually a really dangerous PSA because you might teach teenagers that if they drink enough alcohol, they would become their fursona. That's not good. They'll do that in a heartbeat. The anti-drug in alcohol ads always miss the mark because alcohol will make you better at talking to people. It just will. I'm sorry, there's a level to it. Probably not a teenager because teenagers are assholes and they can't handle the liquor, and then they are gonna make asses of themselves, but you gotta learn how to not make an ass of yourself while drinking, and you got to start somewhere. I'm doing the anti-PSA here. I feel like this is a wrong message. I just think that mask was terrifying. They did a good job making a spooky horse mask or a mule mask. 3 out of 10. Moving quickly along, we have Keep New York Wet. Let's find out what they're talking about.
Ask your sister to sit in a half a tub of water. You just saved over 10 gallons of water. So keep New York wet. Save water. Turn the water off when your mother's brushing her teeth. You'll save over a gallon of water. Keep New York wet. Save water.
All right, I get what they're trying to do here. But these children with their extreme New York accents, like when that girl said, tell your mother to turn off the water when she's brushing her teeth. Like, it feels like an insult. Immediately, it feels like she's talking like call my mom fat or something. Hey, tell your sister to sit in a half tub of water. Like, that just sounds like you're being an asshole. I might add that to rotation when I'm playing Arc Raiders. Hey, tell your sister to sit in a half tub of water. Keep New York wet, bitch. We learned something. It's adorable when kids have New York accents, and you know, I guess they were in a drought at that time, and you should turn off the water when you're brushing your teeth. But I don't know, I guess bathtubs were more popular back in the day. I haven't lived in an apartment with a bathtub since 2006, but I guess 9 out of 10. I mean, if during the time that would be, I'm starting to have a little bit of an accent because it got me so jazzed up. I just love children with, you don't meet kids these days with accents like that anymore. Everyone's a yuppie. Everyone's a transplant. Next up, we have Be an Original. I'm gonna guess this is like anti-bullying. I don't know, but well, I hope the kids have New York accents.
Getting into drugs and being high is a stupid thing to do. So being in control and saying no is not the easiest thing to do. Be an original and take a stand to a freak to say no. Right to say no.
Nice. That did not work. Whatever they were trying to do there, it didn't work. I think it's very funny that in the 80s and probably the 90s, people thought the way to make kids not do drugs is one, tell them just to say no, which has been proven to be absolutely not a good method. Abstinence never works. Talk to all my Catholic high school friends who had babies before they graduated. But also, I think it's funny. They're like, how do we get through to the kids? They like pop music, they like skateboarding, and then they made the worst songs and the dorkiest skateboarding tricks and put it in front of kids. And kids looked at that and they said, I want to be the opposite of that. Do I have to take drugs in order to accomplish that? Perfect. Give me that needle. I also like how they made the drugs glow green. Very Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The steam coming up everywhere. Why was the 80s very steamy? Why was there a lot of steam in the 80s? 1 out of 10. Terrible. And now we're going to move on to the 90s. A time of The Simpsons and also cocaine. Cocaine's always around. Up first, we have Mr. T. And I think I do know this PSA where he grabs the camera and shakes the camera guy. But I thought Mr. T was like a 70s or 80s thing. I don't know Mr. T was still rocking in the 90s. But here we go.
I get angry just thinking about it makes me mad. Little kids doing drugs, it turns my stomach. That stuff hurts. Stop you from living up to your potential. It holds you back. It hurts the user. It hurts his family. And it hurts his friends. I just want to shake some sense into you kids that are using drugs and thinking about using. So remember, don't, or else. Okay?
You got it, Mr. T. You really saved that threatening message by giving me a clean little smile at the end there. One, I love when he broke that glass of milk, no one looked up at the diner. Everyone's like, well, that's Mr. T. He does that no matter what. When he's eating a meal, he'll think about something. He'll think about a car crash earlier and just pop a milk and we just pour him another one. It's Mr. T. He's a big deal. I also like how in the beginning of the ad, I guess by the end he's talking to the kids, but in the beginning he's thinking about just like, he's like talking to anyone and being like, I hate thinking about kids doing drugs. Makes me so angry. Like he's not talking to the kids directly. It's just like we're having a conversation. Like, doesn't it suck that little kids do drugs? Oh well, back to my milk. And also he said doing drugs hurts. And then he says it hurts the family and it hurts people around them. But doing drugs doesn't hurt. I mean, notably, it feels really good. That's why people do drugs. So missed the mark a little bit there. But I guess back in the day, they would just lie to kids to make them not do drugs, which once again was proven to be incorrect. But you know, you just tell a kid drugs really hurt. Oh, they hurt so much, don't do them. I would say 6 out of 10 because I just like Mr. T. I think he's a fun character. I would probably not do drugs if Mr. T told me not to do them. If he told me in person, it'd be a little bit more special. Moving on. Up next, we have Thin Ice. I hope this isn't about meth. I don't think they had meth yet in the 90s. Meth was like a 2000s thing. Oh no, it's literally ice. Okay, got it.
Welcome to heroin.
Oh.
Enjoy your stay.
Oh. It wasn't about ice. It was about heroin. What a 180. Was not expecting that. It's a good analogy. You get trapped under the water, but it's not a good analogy. It's not a good analogy. The way heroin works is you do it one time, nothing really bad happens. You do it several times, you get caught in the cycle, and then you're too far deep in with the withdrawal symptoms where you can't get out, and then you need more and more to get that high. It's not a one-time. That's the biggest mistake these drug PSAs do, where they say you do it once and then you're addicted forever, but then someone does it once, they're not addicted, and they're like, well, I guess I can keep doing it. That's a bad analogy. And also, you could have used that for anything. Play that whole ad, and then at the end you can say, welcome to chocolate cake. You're here forever. You know what I mean? Anything that could be gambling. That could have worked for anything. Make it a little bit more heroin specific. You know what I'm saying? But I guess it would scare me. So 3 out of 10. But regardless, there should be a PSA about walking on thin ice. Thousands of children die doing that every year in the New England area. That should have been the ad. That's how you keep kids alive. The heroin. 2 out of 10. Make more ads about ice. This one's called Wood for No Reason. I'm just gonna jump into it.
It costs a lot to have a toilet seat made from the Earth's last mahogany trees. If the Brazilian Indians who own the trees don't want to sell them, they can pay with their lives. For native peoples, animals, plants, and trees, mahogany is murder.
What?
Don't buy it. The killing won't stop until you take action.
I'm sorry. I did not know that was ever a thing. Mahogany is bad? Like people were dying over mahogany in the 90s? Or are they still doing that? What the is going on? Also, wooden toilet seats. Insane. We never did that in America. Or maybe we did, but we got over that pretty quickly. I guess the UK had wooden toilet seats. But that's a thing? That was a thing? People dying for a mahogany? This PSA worked. 10 out of 10. I had no concept of this. And they showed a little monkey who apparently died too? Golly. Okay. Noted. I can't believe I watched blood come out of a toilet and learned something. All right, moving on to the 2000s, we have Splode Soda, which is what my girlfriend calls me. When I don't know, dude. I don't know. Moving on. Pause. I love the 2000s. I love everything about it. This just looks like extras in Breaking Bad. Like oh my God, the 2000s were fantastic. You could show me an ad from the 80s and the 70s and I might get them mixed up if they're too close to the time frame, but like, this is the 2000s. This is the 2000s. This is the beginning of a teen movie. Oh my God, I love it. Yeah. Yeah.
When you've got an extreme thirst, you know there's only one thing to reach for. A can of Splode. With 100 times the carbonation of ordinary soft drinks, Splode is intense.
Splode.
So if you think you can handle the pressure, grab a Splode and obliterate your thirst.
Okay. So, first of all, very funny ad. That humor actually tracks for me, going, Splode, grab a can of Splode. And also saying, like, the only carbonated drink that's 100% extra carbonation or whatever. Very funny. That had nothing to do with tobacco. I don't really understand. I mean, I get it. Whatever. It works. I didn't realize Truth.com or whatever was doing ads that early on, and I thought that was a relatively new thing with like vaping and stuff. I guess Truth has always been going around. We're the first generation to get back into smoking, so that's on us. Yeah, regardless, I guess it's pretty effective, pretty funny. They did a good job making it funny. That's a good way to get through to kids. Watch a guy explode and then tell him tobacco's bad. 8 out of 10, perfect. Then we have eye candy. I think this one's meth. It's gotta be meth. Shaving cream and soft soap. Mothballs and bleach. Shoe polish and firelighters. Painkillers, sleeping pills. Is this how you make meth? Oh, if you can't tell the difference, how your children's supposed to. Okay, good job. Good job with this one. I don't have much to say. I would have eaten every single thing in that video, so I get what they're saying. But I've been on record saying I want to drink Fabuloso, and I will do that before I die. Why would they make so many delicious flavors of it? They didn't want me to drink it. So this didn't get through to me, but it would get through to parents. 10 out of 10. Perfect. And last but not least, we have A Nightmare on Bedroom Street, which I assume is gonna be an STD one, but I'm excited. Violence on TV always has a sequel. Protect your children. Okay, that was terrible. I hated that. A little too scary. I didn't like that. I didn't like how the little girl was. I don't like that. I didn't like that at all. Also, that's been proven to be false. No one, like, violent video games and violent TV do not make violent children, but this was the 2000s, so I'll give it a pass. Show me that little girl doing an act of violence. Her waking up in the middle of the night being all fuzzy in the eyeballs. She was having a seizure, if anything. Show me her punching the out of her little brother. That's what I want to see. That's how you get that ad through to me. That was stupid. I hated it. 0 out of 10. All right, thank you, gang. Thanks for watching another episode of Big Tug. I guess that's not what you would call this. Thank you for watching another video on my channel. If you got any other PSAs that I missed, throw them in the downstairs, which is what I call the comments. There's been a lot of wild ones throughout. I mean, of course, there's the classic, like, this is your brain on drugs, where he cracks the egg, but that's a little too boring, so I didn't include it. But if there are any other crazy ones that you remember from your childhood, please let me know, because I find these extremely interesting. It's a perfect time capsule for what America and other countries were all about. While, like, mahogany, that's a perfect example of some crazy stuff that was going on that I had no clue about. Like, comment, and subscribe. Actually do all of those things. Thank you for watching, and check out extratug.com. $4 a month. You get a bunch of cool new things, aka a video every week of the month. You get 4 videos I'm doing a bad pitch here. 4 videos every month, every week of the month. You get a cool thing. We talk about things. You get your name at the end of the video. You get to support me, and you also get we do Q&As, and I answer you guys questions, and I answer love advice, and you guys just tell me sad stories, and I react to them. So if you have any interest in that, let a brother know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I need to go to bed. I didn't sleep at all last night. I have eczema on my balls. Thank you. Goodbye.